Bronies panel. We're so happy you're here today.
Make sure that we're picking out good apples from the farm.
Only the best.
Yep.
But I do believe that y'all are here to ask us some of your questions. So why don't we set up a line? So why don't we do it over here?
Yeah. We're gonna have, if there were any fillies.
Yeah, any little fillies or colts, we're gonna let them have a front of the line privileges.
The youngins get first dibs.
And I also want to remind everybody this is an all ages event, so please keep all your questions PG, and don't say anything you wouldn't want Granny or Goldie hearing.
Keep your sour apple yappers shut. Testing, 1, 2, oh there we go. I got a cutie mark in my testing. All right, go ahead and say your name and ask your question.
My name is Audrey.
Hi, Audrey.
What happened to the Apple family parents?
Applejack, Granny, Goldie, y'all want to take this?
We're starting this out real strong, aren't we?
To protect the minds of our young folk, I think we ought to just leave that with no answer at all. Unless you've seen our episode, you know that they were in love. And it's a very tough subject. I don't recall how it happened. It is not for me to share. It is an Apple family secret. Please respect our privacy.
I just know that they're always with us no matter what.
Thank you so much for your question. All right, you're next. What's your question?
My question is, how long has the Apple family been together? Like Sweet Apple Acres? How long has that family been running for?
That sounds like a question for our family historian.
We're talking like 300 generations. It goes way back.
We're really old.
Really old. Very old. So they say they were always there.
Thank you very much for your question. All right, come on up. Ooh, we got it.
Technology stuff.
I know this whole science thing didn't really work for me all that
I
well.
don't work with tech.
All right.
Okay, so Applejack, what advice would you give to make some good apple cider?
That is a multi-part question. We're talking about how we don't like science, but there is a science to apple cider. You gotta find the right kinds of apples. You don't want something too bitter, but you also don't want something overly sweet. You want something that's right in the middle, because you're gonna be adding that sugar. I like to add a little bit of honey. So you gotta find that right balance, I think. That's the most important part in making apple cider. You gotta find the right type of apple. You're welcome. You know when you taste it. That's right. Taste test it.
You ready?
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
All right, so my question is, seeing as you all have a strong connection towards family, what defining traits would you say makes a family, well, a family?
Big Mac.
Well, I would say there's a lot of factors, but I think forgiveness is a big one, because you have to understand that nobody's perfect, and everybody's going through, growing up, and there's unconditional love there too. So it's hard to answer. It's more of a gut feeling. I don't know. I know I love AJ. I love Apple Bloom. I love Granny. We've been through a lot of tough times. We've been through a lot of good times. And family are the ones that are with you through it all.
Thank you so much, Big Mac.
Of course.
All right. Thank you.
Oh, very profound.
I know he's deep when he talks.
Yeah.
I wasn't paying attention. I was too busy taking my medication.
Well, we
All right.
can take the ticket.
What's your question?
Big Mac, ever since you fell in love with Circabelle, do you ever think about TRB?
Well, sure. Maybe not in that same way, but she's always going to be a good friend.
Good answer.
All right, what would you like to ask?
Say you're all appointed princess for the day. What would be your first victory?
Apples for all Equestria.
An apple a day for every morning.
Yep.
I demand that every single day when I get out of bed, I be hoisted on one of those little bean things with some nice buff stallions. Carry me around every single day, feeding me grapes. And apples.
Good deal. I'd be moving the capital down to Las Vegas myself.
What about you, Apple Moon?
Well, I think I would decree a special day for everyone to meditate on their special skills.
That is a really good idea.
Is that a nap
Would
time?
be true.
All right, so what's your question?
I guess my question is, do you guys eat any non-apple fruits? If so, what are some of your favorites?
I beg your pardon.
As a matter of fact, I've been doing some research on the peach family, and I've been trying some of their sugary sweets to see how they be tasting. You gotta look at the smell the senses. You gotta sniff them. You gotta feel them. You gotta know that then you gotta see. Clearly not the competition now.
See, that's not science, that's art.
We're better, I promise.
All right, next question.
Okay, that was my question from the last guy, but okay, so plan B. What would you do if you had the Infinity Gauntlet? This question is for all five of you.
Something, bring back my period.
I like Apple Moon's answer, I think.
I'd put it in my house with all that other stuff. That is my collection. Right on top.
What if one of your cats got it?
Ooh. You never know.
A new kitchen for Sugar Bill.
I mean, it took you all day to put up that shelf. That would make things go a lot faster.
There you go.
I'll throw it in the trash because I don't need no gloves to get things done, am I right?
Come on in. All right, what's your question?
Good morning. Okay, this is for our young at heart ladies. So, you do a little bit of everything. You do the super high dive, and you're doing all the chores on the farm. For fun, you go out to Las Vegas.
You know it.
Yeah. When I grow up, I want to be you.
Oh,
Okay.
That'll never happen.
Long road.
My question is, so how do you come in? Do you have any suggestions for like yoga or any kind of morning routine?
Smear your face in apples, bathe in apples, breathe in the apples, and eat the apples.
Never throw anything out. You never know when you're gonna need it.
That's right. Except for that namby paper glove, preferably. You don't need that.
Thank you so much for your question.
All right, come on up.
Okay, AJ.
Yeah.
Why is it that every time you and Dash are competing against something, you're at each other's throats and almost ready to kill each other? You guys, you literally remind me of Daniel Freitas, but from BattleBots. If you guys have ever seen that.
You know, Rainbow is one of my best friends, but we both do have our competitive streaks. But it's always in good fun. I think in the end we both know we have our own best skills, so it's kind of just poking fun at each other. Oh, we would never do that. I mean,
Safe to say it's a friendly competition.
yeah, it's always a friendly competition, even though I know I'm faster and stronger.
That's debatable.
Rainbow.
Wake up. You already had 3 naps today.
being old.
Should I go get you a pillow?
Can you be my pillow?
It's always sweet. All right, so what's your question?
My question is for everyone in the Apple family, including you, Apple Bloom. How do you like your apple cider? Chilled or piping hot?
Why not both?
I do that.
It depends on the season.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was going to be my answer too.
But you
There's
gotta-
nothing better than a nice hot cup of cider
With the cinnamon stick.
With the cinnamon
Spicy.
stick next to the hearth or hearth warming, and there's nothing better than a nice ice cold cup of cider by the pond.
I like my sparkly cider.
You like the good spicy cider?
I like the one with the goods in it. You know what kind of goods I'm talking about.
That spicy cider.
I like that stuff very spicy.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, come on up. In fact, the line can shift up just a little bit. Come on up to this dark line. Ask your question.
All right, for everyone. And any kind of tournaments, memories you bring up?
Can you repeat that question one more time?
Is there any kind of tournament memories you can bring up?
Tournament memory.
You asked us a really hard question.
I don't really have memory if it doesn't involve the farm or my family. I don't care about anything else.
Well, I was in a Pokemon Go tournament the other day.
Pokemon?
Pokemon. It's on this little box.
Oh, it's that little spinny box you got.
Yeah, you walk around and you go. I think I won.
Good
This
job.
young boy is very nowadays. I don't understand any of this technology.
Watch out for Team Rocket.
Are they gonna blast off again?
Young attractions.
All right, well, thank you so much. All right, come on up. Are you a changeling?
No.
Then why do you have changeling on your lanyard?
Because I think they're pretty cool.
They are pretty cool.
East side know the enemy. Be aware of your surroundings.
They're
Choose
nice
your
now,
side.
Granny. They're nice now.
I'd be changing to myself back into my beautiful past self.
Beautiful now.
Oh my.
All right, so what is your question?
Well, this is for everyone in the Apple family. Is there anything in the Apple family that you don't like?
Anything or anyone?
I don't like how long it takes for us to go visit Rayburn.
That's true. I also don't like how long it takes for us to pack everything up when we travel.
Well, you intend to take a tree with you every time we go.
Well, you never know. You never know when you're gonna need fresh apples.
We gotta start planning the next reunion.
I got a long list of things in the Apple family I don't like. Book about this thick. Way too much to go through. But you'll have to check it out.
I'm feeling what the younger kids call sugary, salty. I don't like when them youngins wake me up from my necks. That's what I don't like. I like to sleep.
All right, thank you for your question. Come on up.
Man, that's a nice hat. Oh, shucks.
Good
Thank you.
style. You're doing a service, good man.
All right, so what is your question?
My question's for AJ. Since you're the best pony with the best hat, I need to know you're on spinning. Who would win in an iron hoof competition? Big Mac or Shining Armor?
You make it as personal.
Trying to insult my grandson like that. Who do you think
You know, I might be a little biased, but Big Mac, I think you got this.
Ain't nothing I can't do. Yep.
All right, thank you. Come on up.
Hey, this is for the 3 Apple siblings. What's your favorite thing about each of your siblings?
Well, I like that Big Mac is really hard working, and he's always thinking about others, which is one of my favorite things about him. And Applejack has taught me so much about honesty and so much about friendship. I don't think that anything I do would be the same if I didn't have y'all as my siblings.
Well, thank you, Lou.
I appreciate that.
I've been real proud of Apple Bloom in the past couple of years. You know, she's really grown into herself, and the fact that she's been able to move forward and help other ponies, it makes me a real proud big sister. And I know Big Mac's always there for me. He doesn't talk much, but when he does talk, it's always something that's, you know, profound or helpful or just real good advice.
Yep.
Thank you so much. All right, so what is your question?
Okay, this is for Applejack and Granny. What if Apple Bloom didn't want to grow up and continue the family business?
Well, too bad! She got a job to do! No, I ain't here to support my grandchild. As long as I got some pony working, I will support their ambitions, because even though we are the apples, we are passionate. And if you don't have the passion, you don't have the right apples, and you just can't do that. Apple Bloom might be meant for something else. You may be meant for something else. No matter what, we're still family. Hopefully. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think I'd support her no matter what, as long as she promised to come home and visit.
I mean, as long as I'm taking the morals that I learned from y'all and take that out into the world, I've never really left doing what my family does.
I hope I give you good morals.
She's right.
Thank you. All right, so what's your question?
All right, as the family historian myself, I gotta ask this. I know most people here are probably thinking it, but Pinkie Pie, AJ, do you know the relationship there?
Well, I mean, we had that. Hey.
I believe, if memory serves, they're about 19 cousins, 27 times removed, something along those lines, I believe.
Yeah. So, you know, it's there. We're
Give or
friends,
take.
We're cousins.
Thank you very much. All right. Hey, what's your question? Come on over here. Come up closer.
My question is for everyone. What's your favorite hobby?
I'm a collector.
Sleeping.
Can you really classify that as a hobby?
I don't tell you what to do with your spare time, now do I, Big Man?
Alright, that's fair.
She'll beat you in a sleeping contest, I betcha.
There's no question about that.
You know, Rainbow and I just started trying roller derby. It's really fun.
She
takes
kind of
after
cheats,
Granny.
though.
She cheats a little bit. But you know, we're working on it.
Well, I mean, when you are rolling, but you're an inch off the ground, it's a little hard.
Yeah. We might need to, like, strap the wings down or something.
That might be a good chance. Yeah.
I like building models of airships.
I
think they look cool.
All right, thank you so much. Come on down.
So my question is to both Golden Delicious and Granny Smith. What's the biggest change in equestrian you've noticed from your younger years till now, and what's one thing you miss the most that you wish would come back?
That's a good question.
I miss how good our music used to be. There's all this wolf, steep, and lofty and weird kinds of music. It's all like and people screaming. I just don't have time for all of that. Where are the classics?
You remember that the last good musician I heard was that Apple Core? Ma, she had a set of pipes on her. I miss her.
Put on Apple Core. Go back to the core of the music. I'm a little tired.
Thank you so much. Do you have an answer, or are you just saying apple core?
I have to agree with that. I miss that music.
All right, thank you so much. Come on down. What is your question?
So my question is for all five of you. Are you proud of being Earth ponies? And if you had wings, if you grew wings just like Twilight, what would you do if you had them?
I used to work on the farm. I mean, usually, Applejack Shrimp, the other shop barely uses her wings, and she has to do stuff on Earth, so I can now pick to do stuff on Earth and have a good time. So it's just an added accessory. That's all.
Never really felt the need for wings. I mean, I'm happy working on the farm, having a hose on the ground. I can't really think of what I would do if I had wings. They just seem unnecessary to me.
Well, the first thing I'd do if I had wings was beat Rainbow in a flying race. But I am pretty happy where I am on the ground. I don't trust high up in the sky. I just don't trust it.
Well, as someone who has a friend who has wings who doesn't do a whole lot of flying, she said that when we were underwater, it must be a lot like flying, and that was just kind of okay. So I don't think that there's really much to the whole flying thing. I think that we're perfect as we are.
If I had wings, I could get to my attic. Ain't been up there for 20 years. Some ancient artifacts up there, I bet.
All right, thank you so much. Come on up.
So this question is for Applejack and Apple Bloom. Have you managed to catch the great seedling yet?
We're working on it.
We're working on it.
It's been a little frustrating. We will give you an update next BronyCon. Thank you. Apple Bloom, we're trying to break you. It's a joke, Grace. You know what? Let's ask Pinkie Pie if they can go and check and see if the great seeding's there.
Oh yeah, she can get in there in 51.
I bet she can. She said she was gonna Naruto run into it.
What is a Naruto?
I don't know, but it sounds like a food.
Sounds like a toe fungus.
I mean, I guess we'll figure it out. We could ask her to come and show us, but I don't want to see no toe fungus.
They make it oily for that.
No pony wants that.
All right, so what's your question?
Okay, I have one for Granny Smith and one for Big Mac after that. Granny Smith, your grandchildren are so strong, and Apple Bloom's even strong for her age. What have you been feeding them all their lives? They couldn't be just apples.
What I've been feeding my youngins?
Nothing else.
You question what I'm feeding my youngins. I feed apples.
They say an apple a day.
Keeps the doctor away. They always good milk. You see how muscular they are.
All right, what's your next one?
And Big Mac, something that Bronies have been wondering for like 8 years. How come you can pull a house easily, but you can't balance a cake on your back?
Well, I mean, strength doesn't necessarily equal balance. Never really practiced it.
That's right.
I just like hauling stuff.
All right, so what is your question?
This is for all the Apple family, and I know you have strong feelings about this, but what will you do if you ever meet Flim and Flam again?
I'm sorry, I missed the question. What happened?
Busy fighting.
All right,
Yell at me
so
again.
his question was, what would we do if we meet Flim and Flame again?
Tell them to buzz off. They don't lie to me. Maybe think I could grow wings and walk and be in the sky and do other weird things. They're just nothing but a group of liars.
Ain't no pony messing with my sisters.
Especially if they ain't about honesty. Woo.
They're not allowed on the farm. I'm just gonna leave it at that.
If
I
they
challenge
do
them to
come
poker.
back, I'm a sister wall.
Condoms.
All right, thank you. Come on up. Howdy. Nice hat. What's your question?
My question is actually about hats and boots.
Let's talk.
Wearing your hat every day, I wear mine too, but I go through a lot of straw hats, and it's really hard to keep my boots clean. You got any recommendations?
So, what I recommend in regards to hats is have an entire closet in your house dedicated to them. And when it comes to your boots, I feel like they're supposed to be a little dirty. It gives them character.
But here's one other thing you can do. Here's what we have at the house. Now, if they get too caked in mud, we have this little scraper right by the front
Oh,
door.
yeah.
It's flat on two sides, and it's got spikes in it, just wide enough for the boots. See? Nice and clean.
Big man!
Were you raising the barn? Seriously?
Yes.
Okay, they're back. Big Mac Johnny.
We raised this barn.
Are you actually an alicorn and we don't know it? Alright, I guess she's got one more question.
Alright.
Do you recommend putting any sorts of oils on your boots? Because I mess around with a lot of wrenches, and the oil eats through a lot of different waxes and whatnot. Got any recommendations?
Yeah, you gotta find some sort of, salve or some sort of coat that you can put on them. Because, a good boot is an expensive boot. So you really want to take those measures to make sure they last a long time. You're welcome.
Come on up. What is your question?
Well, my Aunt Katia says that she's retiring and that you guys are taking over the country?
As in the apples or...
We're in charge now?
I'm already retired, though.
New family business.
Obviously, I meant Applejack for friends. How does the rest of the family feel about that?
Well, I plan on commuting to my new job, so I'll still be at home with everybody. But, if y'all want anything important going on.
I'm all right with the double, triple shift.
I'll just work through her. Hey, we'll work on the country, because that sounds like a nice idea.
Let me know if we need to,
We're on Apple Nation.
suggest any bills or laws or
Maybe
anything.
you could do what Applejack recommended and mandate some nap time daily, right? That's what you wanted?
Recommended nap
National nap time, I can do that.
We'll work with the rest of my friends and we can figure out apple a day policies and napping policies.
This is the best day of my life.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, so what's your question?
Two questions. This first one's for Applejack. Have you been able to come to terms? If they just be good with the new person, the Brony, who says she doesn't like apples, or were you able to convince her to change her mind?
I've learned that sometimes people and ponies are just wrong and you've got to accept it. So I accept her inaccuracy, but, if I see her, I say hi, but she's wrong.
But it's perfect. All right, this one's for Goldie Delicious. Do your cats have any issues with Winona, or do they get along generally?
Winona just can't get past the attack jaguar I've got right by the front door. So it's better if she just doesn't come over. I love it to death, but it's just, it won't go well. They're feral, so, they're not really well trained. But, I always visit and I get to see Winona that way.
I'm never coming over again.
Sweet. Don't worry about it.
Winona's a snack compared to her.
Even if we take the cart near Goldie's house, Winona tucks that tail right between her legs, and I have to tell her we're not going over by that jaguar.
Who's in the jungle?
What's your question?
So, if you were all either unicorns and you had regular access to magic, just a hypothetical, how would you use it to improve the family business?
Well, I'm not convinced Big Mac doesn't have that power, since he just put an electric shock across the room and turned the microphones off.
Look at him eating those apples suspiciously like he knows something that he thinks we don't know, but we do.
I suppose.
Don't you dare say something like that. It's foul. It's just a solid apple.
It just comes from eating apples all day.
Gives us a source of our power.
I guess we're just that powerful without it?
Can't reveal family secrets.
I guess
Family is a magic in its own right, I guess.
apples are better than alicorns. Thank you. Come on up. All right, so what's your question?
First off, Applejack, I highly doubt you can beat me in a flying race.
We'll see. We'll see about that.
You're on.
Yeah.
And my question is for everyone. If you had a different cutie mark, what would it be and what would you do with it? I know you've recently gotten yours, but if you could have another one, what would it be?
Well, I think my cutie mark's pretty perfect already. Because my passion in life is helping other ponies. And I feel like my cutie mark, one, links me to my best friends, and gives me the freedom to still be able to express myself creatively. I don't think I'd want any other kind of cutie mark. I've taken so long trying to find it that I don't think I'd want to do that again.
A green apple.
Just one or three?
You know what? I'll just swap with Big Mac. You want my three little apples? I'll take your big green one.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'd like for mine to be a Granny Smith apple with shaped like a heart.
That's so cute, Brony.
I collect a lot of things, but I guess it would have to be cats.
All right, that was a good question. Thank you. What's your question?
So I got two for AJ. A couple of years back, when you had to move to Manhattan, you did change your accent. Do you remember how to talk like that, or do you occasionally slip back into it?
Do I remember how to talk fancy?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm a fancy Manhattan person. Nice to meet ya. Can I get a hamburger?
Please stop. That was completely unrecognizable from your normal voice.
It sounds completely different than me, right?
I'm so surprised. I've never heard that before. I don't want to hear that again.
All right.
That was terrifying.
Then Granny gonna hate my second question. Can you say the rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain?
I'm ready for this.
The rain in Spain stays mainly on the plain.
Thank you so much.
I talk good.
What's a Spain?
I don't know.
I don't understand.
I guess it's just some kind of nonsense word. All right, come on up a little closer. What's your question?
This is for Granny and Goldie. Out of the three siblings, which do you see the most of their parents in, and why? What qualities from their parents do you see in all of them?
I see a lot of bright Mac in Apple Bloom. She never gives up. Just like he never gave up on Peanut Butter.
I see a lot of their determination in Applejack. I see a lot more of the looks in Big Macintosh. But the heart in Apple Bloom is what I see.
Thank you, Granny.
Hello. My question is for everyone except for Applejack. While Applejack's away saving the world,
It's okay, I'm just joking.
when Applejack's off saving the world, how do you all feel? Because you're just kind of sitting around waiting for her to do her thing.
You talk about sitting around waiting. Those apples ain't bucking themselves.
Y'all just sitting
We got
in the
work to
room
do.
waiting for me to come back.
Lazy is not a word that exists in this family.
I'm gonna say thank you and take my name. Doing the job, so I have to do nothing.
Now, I mean, I feel like every little thing we do kind of saves the world in some little way, whether it's helping another pony or bucking a tree. So, in our own way, we are saving the world.
One apple at a time.
All right, thank you. Come on up. Hey, cheese sandwich. Are you an honorary apple today?
No.
You don't know.
You are.
I
You're
think
an
you are.
honorary apple today.
What's your question?
This is for the whole Apple family. Will you ever be friends with the pear family?
officially, we're on an NDA. I don't think we're allowed to discuss that outside, but maybe if Granny and Goldie aren't here, you can ask us. You're a bright young man.
They might have some
They apologize first.
We can't respond.
But I think they're all right.
Thank you. That was a good question. All right, come on up. Yep, sure. What's your questions?
Well, branching off of the last one, for the 3 Apple kids, how does it feel to know that you're part pair?
What was the question? I'm sorry. It's for the 3 of us. How does it feel to be part pair?
I was a little surprised at first, you know, because it's a big part of my identity that's new now. But if my mom was a pair, then that's a really special, important part of her I have with me.
I can agree with that. I don't think so much that it's the name that defines who we are. It's who we are as ponies, and that's really all that matters. It's how we lead our lives.
For me, I feel like it doesn't so much define who I am. It just sort of is a part of who I am. For me, it's more what my mother was like that's important to me. I know that I have a really big giving heart like she does, and I know that she liked to help other ponies. So that for me is more important than the fact that she was a pair. So it's just kind of a secondary thing.
Yep.
Don't ask Granny her opinion though.
Yeah.
Oh, right, that's right.
So you guys have probably seen a lot of cosplays around here. If you could cosplay anything, what would it be?
What's a cosplay? So, okay, Granny. So you see how out here there's some people with like little horns and ears and stuff, but they're wearing like t-shirts? I thought they were just circus clowns.
That's not real?
No, it's a costume. That's what clowns wear. They're wearing costume. So Granny, if you could dress up like a circus clown then, what would you wear? I just like those clowns, the Flip Man brothers, for a day. See what That's a pretty top-notch cosplay, Granny. I can't wait to see that.
I can't wait to ruin their day. I'd be one of those showgirls at Las Vegas again.
I think it'd be fun to be a tree.
I'd
like to be a tree.
Apple Bloom, let's cosplay an orchard together.
Can all 3 of us be orchards?
Yeah, Big Nick, let's be an orchard.
We might be able to get Braybird in on it too.
That's a good idea. We'll do a group cosplay of an orchard.
That's amazing! Come on up, what's your question?
Well, apparently you guys are, the Apple family is a big family, right? How many family members do you have?
Goldie?
Oh my
That's a
goodness.
gold question.
By my last reckoning, I would have to say 563. They're hard to keep track of, though. Give or take maybe 100.
That's a big margin of error.
It's a big family. All right, thank you. Come on up. What's your question?
This one's more for Applejack. Do you ever fear about Fluttershy becoming a vampire fruit bat again?
Again?
You know, nothing's happened recently, so it's I kind of forgot about it. But now that you mention it, I'll keep my eyes open. You know, maybe go with her to her dentist appointments, make sure nothing sharp is going on in there.
That was like a backfired spell, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I'd say let's just not let Twilight cast any spells at the farm.
Yeah. No spell zone.
Yeah.
We'll put a sign out front.
All right. It's not like she can become a princess for fixing that again. So.
That's true. She's already princess.
I know. So
she doesn't need to fix any other spells.
We get along fine without magic.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. Come on up, changeling fan.
Well, this is a question for Granny Smith. Well, we know about the apples and the pears. Are there any other family you have, like, beef with?
That's why I'm doing research. Each one of them is one of them family members. Give me that. I got this one. That's what I would do. To the family business. Try to act like they took the peach cobbler. They copied our apple cobbler. They think that they're so creative making that. No, we created it first.
So tell us how you really feel.
What?
Tell us how you really feel.
I feel upset. That's how I feel. Are you feeling spicy? It's not spicy. It's salty. Very salty. Like Himalayan salty. Thank you so much. Come on up. What's your question?
All right, I have a question for all 5 of you guys, and it's a fairly simple one. What type of music do you guys like to listen to?
I think we went over that already. Talking about the jazz
country.
Y'all like that Perry Como stuff. Like what? Perry Como and Elvis.
Elvis, he's a handsome feller.
I like rock and roll, but Granny doesn't. I like the Elvis kind of rock and roll that actually makes sense. She tells me I gotta turn the music down when I put it on, so I don't get to listen to a lot of music outside the Cutie Mark Clubhouse.
If it's too loud, you're too old.
You're not wrong, but don't tell the granny that. Excuse me?
I can't hold her back.
I can hold me back because I'm just lazy.
She's got a rocker. You gotta be careful.
I don't think you understand what you're inviting when you do this. I like a little bit of that bluegrass.
Don't worry,
He's probably one of the Peach family members. That's probably what it is.
I got the Jaguars in the back. Don't worry about it.
I got peach hair. All right, thank you. Come on up again.
Hello, okay, so just in case, because you never know, of another changeling invasion, are there any little idiosyncrasies or any little funny habits or pet peeves even that you'd be able to tell if one of you was replaced? Just, like a little thing that only living with somebody, you'd know?
Ask if you can borrow something. If I say yes, then you know.
Ask me to use one of my cooking pans, because I'll say no every time. If she doesn't come to hit you over the head with it, you know it's not Granny.
I mean, if I'm talking too much.
Do we have a changeling today? Maybe that's why when he hit the table it turned into running a brother. He's working on it. Okay, big man.
You know, Apple Bloom actually does this really cute thing when she gets excited. Her tail wags a little bit.
No, don't tell them about that.
It's
That's
really
a secret.
cute. It's so cute. She's been doing it since she was a little tiny baby filly.
There's video evidence. I've got it. You can't hide it.
So that's how I could tell Apple Bloom.
So if Applejack's eyes get real big like this when she says things, you know she's either lying or not her.
That's true.
She'll be like, I don't know nothing about no apple pie.
Is that how I sound?
If you were a changeling.
Okay.
Thank you so much. All right, come on up.
So my question is to you, Apple Bloom. Since you and the rest of the CMC calling it to help other ponies find their cutie mark, has there been any particular pony or cutie mark that stood out to you, like any particular talent that really stood out to you since that time?
So I think that some of the ones that have stood out to me the most are the ones that actually don't involve cutie mark, like going to help griffins and hippogriffs figure out their purpose and their place in life. Because it's one thing to be able to see immediately, wow, look, I've got my cutie mark, I know who I am. It's another thing to completely help someone find something and then not be able to tangibly see something, but you see it in their eyes. You see the light in their eyes where they realize this is where I belong, this is what I'm meant to do. And that's even more rewarding than getting to see a cutie mark up here, I think. Thank you. All right, come on up.
Hey, Big Mac, not only have I mentioned how strong you are, you also seem very talented. So my question is, have you ever considered becoming a professional wrestler? If so, what would your signature move be?
Well, now I have a new ambition, I guess. Well, all right. Never thought of it. But, oh, that hurts. I mean, I suppose maybe I can give it a try. I'm willing to try anything once.
Are you sure about that?
Okay. Let me rephrase. Depends on what it is. But I might give that a try.
What would you think it's
Would it be like a buck? Would you do a buck like this? Hi-ya! Is that wrestling?
Tell you what, why don't you come up with my moveset?
Can we be like a tag team? We gotta get Rarity to help us come up with costumes. Or Applejack, do you want to design our costumes?
I mean, I could. I don't know if you want me to.
I don't know. I'm not very good at that. I bet you're the best in the family. You had Rarity's cutie mark for a little while. You seemed like a good sewer then.
Sure.
All right, thank you. Come on up.
All right, so I have 2 questions, and I'd just like to add on his thing. The move could be called the apple turnover.
That's amazing.
I have to figure that one out.
That was good. You win. You win the panel. There's no prize, but you win.
So
you co-win.
My question is for the whole family. What's your favorite apple-based confectionery?
Pie. Always pie.
There are too many to choose from. And when we have our family reunions, they're all coming from different parts of the family with their own family recipes, and they all taste so good, and you can try something new every single time. I'm sorry, I just can't choose.
We've had an apple pie-off before, where every pony in our family brings their version of our family recipe.
Yeah.
And they all taste completely different depending on what they put in them, how many different kinds of apples they put in them. But now you've got apple turnovers on the mind, so I'm going to say that. Thank you. Oh, you got another?
Yeah. Also, is there any way I could have that apple?
I wouldn't fight him.
I'm too busy fighting world domination. I don't think so.
I wouldn't fight him. You don't want him to just figure out what that apple turnover is now. All right, come on over.
Another finishing move for
I'm going to give you protection.
That's pretty good.
Hello. This question is for you, Apple Bloom. Okay, so like you've buried the hatchet with Diamond Tiara and Silver Spoon. Do you guys hang or do you run in separate circles?
We kind of run in separate circles. We don't really have a whole lot in common. But when we do see each other, every once in a while we'll get together at Sugar Cube Corner and get a cupcake or some kind of apple confection together. Sometimes I'll bring things. We've had a couple of like little summer reunions with our classmates, but we kind of run in different circles. Thank you. Come on up. Come closer. Thank you.
This is for you. How would you feel, because I'm an Earth pony with no key mark, if there's another adult like me with no key mark? What would you do?
I think there's always time to figure out who you are. It doesn't matter if you're a filly or a foal or a colt. As long as you're figuring out who you are, that's all that really matters. How many things have you tried?
Let's see. Elk hunting, sword fighting, like pretty much everything you would think.
Everything you would think? Well, clearly you haven't found the thing yet.
Books.
Books.
Yeah, I'm a history buff.
Oh, you might get a cutie mark in history.
And also my second question is for all of you. How would you, because I'm a leader of a country as well, how would you feel if you want to come help my country's agricultural problems?
What's in it for us?
Money. What's the point? You have much more apples afterwards.
But we have all the apples we could possibly want.
What if they were the sole distributors of the apples to your territory? No competition. Don't listen to her.
We grow our own apples. I haven't doubt that.
But even all those...
No, only apples are important. None of this money.
Then I'll give you all these credits, so that way...
Well, we'll check the cutie mark map, and if you show up on there, I bet Applejack will go.
But go ahead and send me a write-up for a distribution contract. We'll see what we can do.
All right, what's your question?
Well, first of all, Apple Bloom, what you said about other creatures besides ponies finding their purpose in life, my mind was completely blown. very deep thinking with that one. And my question is for all of you. Since Big Macintosh, Apple Bloom, and Applejack are all part pear, have any of you ever seen an Asian pear before?
Ancient pear. I've seen several. You ever seen Graham pear? He's pretty ancient.
Ancient.
What do they look like?
It sort of looks like a mix between an apple and a pear.
Oh. Is that what we are technically?
From the sound of it.
Asian pears?
Don't eat my baby!
We are.
They grow from the crisscross tree.
The crisscross tree. These are a whole bunch of things we don't have on the farm.
Well, the ones,
Sounds like we need to do
that
some
Mom and
research.
Dad planted kind of spliced together.
Oh, we're talking about that.
We should go check that tree and see
I
what
don't
they
get out in
grow.
that area very often.
Yeah.
All right. No, we haven't, but I guess we are Asian pears.
By that description.
Awesome, thank you. Come on up. Come up to this line. That's where we're going to start this.
Alrighty. So this is for the whole family, but what's your family relation with Carrot Top and her whole operation, farmland, stuff like that?
We have an amicable truce. We don't really consider them competition, but you never know. They started putting carrots in cakes, I heard.
It's a treaty of non-aggression.
Some people like carrots as a snack, and some people like apples as a snack. As long as we're feeding them daddies and doing good deeds, and they don't come on our territory ever again, just get high. I'm okay, it's all good.
All right, thank you. Come on up. We have just a few more minutes, so we're going to cut the line. Growing up on a farm is way different than growing up in the clouds. So my question is, what are some of your favorite memories of growing up on a farm?
Oh, I loved waking up real early in the morning and climbing up to the top of the barn to watch the sunrise over all the acres. Granny never liked us climbing up on that barn.
No, she didn't, but to my knowledge, this might be the first she's hearing about this in a while. Hear about what?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it, Granny. Don't worry about it.
Nothing happened.
Got some earwax lines in there, and I paid attention.
I would have
What
to
was the
say,
question? Do we have any fond memories of growing up on the farm?
More apple freedom! That was my favorite thing that you did when you were growing up. She always asked for them apple fritters, and I made them every time she asked.
I love my apple fritters.
She just likes apple fritters. Now, about me growing up on the farm, well, I was quite the charmer, I'd like to say. So I always had gentlemen collars even in our diapers. That's a proud accomplishment, I'd say so.
here we go again.
I don't have to continue. I can go on for hours about all my gentlemen collars.
I would have to say, on hot days in the summers, going down to the swimming hole. Spending all afternoon there.
He's a simple man.
It's refreshing.
I'd have to say I didn't like it at first, but I do have a lot of fond memories of that apple season.
That's what I was there.
All right, thank you. Come on up. What's your question?
I'm curious, this is for anyone who knows. Right before Applejack got her cutie mark, she went to stay with her family in Manhattan.
Mm-hmm.
They had oranges for a cutie mark, so what is y'all's relation with them?
They're all right. Totally different flavor.
It makes
They're
sense.
one of those side branches of the family tree, you know? That's kind of off to the side.
It's kind of like comparing apples and oranges, so
Yeah. You can't compare them.
completely different.
And they like to tango. They taught me how to do a tango when I still had hips that were functioning. That was a lot of fun.
So I guess citrus and other kinds of fruits are different. If you get something with a core, that's when it gets crazy.
Yeah.
All right, come on up.
This one's for Big Mac. Are we going to see a return of Orchard Blossom?
Are we gonna see a return of Orchard Blossom?
I mean, I think I still have the wig in the room. If the situation calls for it.
It might call for it.
Okay, you know what? Only for you.
All right.
I'll do it.
I think we got one last question. Perfect time. All done. Come on up.
Granny Smith, who's your favorite child?
I was afraid of that.
That's not fair.
Golden delicious. She's a huge baby.
I say, what?
I said, you're a baby.
You're my least favorite sister.
You're my least favorite sister.
Just you wait, I've recorded every embarrassing moment about you.
With what technology? We don't have technology on the farm. She been trying to make up lies. She thinks she can one-up me.
On
How
schools,
cute.
you ain't never seen my library? I got a whole section just dedicated to Granny Smith's special secrets.
She's a special kind of nasty.
I learned from the best.
She has a bunch of cats to fill the voids in her life. That's what she does with her little cats.
At least I got more than apples.
Get your booty back over here, big bag.
I don't want to get yelled at.
You get yelled at now. Sit down.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I think that is the best part to end this panel